Hey everybody, Cedric Phillips here, getting ready for my very first video with StarCityGames.com. Oddly enough, as long as I've been at this thing, I've never actually done any video content for Star City, so this is hopefully a first of many videos here of me playing Amonkhet Limited. Gonna start with some drafting here this evening. It's a Monday night here in Seattle, Washington, and as I wait for the queue to fill up, 2 to go, 6 of 8, not a bad place to be, now 7. This is actually my pre-release for Amonkhet. I've never had the opportunity to play with the set yet. Missed out on the pre-release weekend. Too busy, unfortunately. But I'm ready to give things a go. See how things line up in this set. And more importantly, hopefully get you guys ready for Grand Prix Richmond 2 weeks from now, hosted by StarCityGames.com. If you are not registered for that, I, of course, recommend that should do. And now, I'm going to open this up a little bit here and see what we are working with. Now, Glyph Keeper, I know, is a goodie. That one is definitely a goodie. So take a look at this bad boy. Flying, when Glyph Keeper becomes the target of a spell or ability for the first time each turn, counter that spell or ability. We're looking at 5 mana 5/3 flyer with Embalm, so obviously good early and good late. Battlefield Scrounger is obviously good early. It's an attacker. The Charioteer, 3/3 trample. Other creatures you control have trample too. This is definitely good. Lay Bare the Heart's the discard spell. Ancient Crab is defensive. You got Cursed Minotaur, it's 3 mana 3/2 with Menace, not a bad attacker. I know the Fanbearer, the Tapper, is pretty good if the format is as slow as people are expecting, but for me, I'm going to go with the Glyph Keeper. I think it's a pretty easy pick. Always nice to start off with a rare, so we can add that to Le Pool. Next, we're going to go take a look now at the Battlefield Scavenger. You may extra Battlefield Scavenger as it attacks. When you exert a creature, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. That's not bad for a 2 mana 2/2. Limits of Solidarity. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. I'll tap that creature against haste cycle, so it's cycling threaten. 6 cents. Just let you draw a card, which isn't bad. You got the 3/2 flyer for 4 with Embalm 6, so blue looks like it's got quite a few Embalmers. 5 mana 3/4 flyer cycling 2. I don't dislike that. Let's take a look at Benefication of Aronis. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card on or in enchantment in the grip, rest in the graveyard. Blighted Bat gains haste. That's not bad, but not all that exciting. I'm kind of looking at even Initiate, but I actually think that this Shimmer Scale Drake actually is probably a little bit better than the Initiate. Also lets me kind of stay in blue, even though I don't need to solidify colors this early. I still think this isn't a bad place to be, so let's go with the Drake since it cycles. I like cycling. All right, next up, we've got Trueheart Duelist. This is one of the first cards actually revealed from this set. 2 mana 2/2 can block an additional creature, so it looks like blue and white are going to be your Embalm colors. Whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life, but that's black and white. I don't really want to commit myself that early. Compelling Argument. Target player puts the top 5 cards of his or her library in graveyard. That's a mill strategy. Another blue card here. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Each player puts the top 2 cards of his or her graveyard, his or her library, into his or her graveyard. So a bounce spell. Don't hate that. Colossal Pete, 5 mana 5/5. Okay, you got Emberhorn Minotaur. As it attacks, you can exert it. When you do, it gets +1/+1, so a pretty aggressive attacker. Hooded Brawler, as it attacks. When you do, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. None of these are all that exciting to me, personally. Where do we want to go here? I think I'm going to go to the Duelist, actually. See how that lines up. Ooh, Enigma Drake. This card's got to be pretty good. 3 mana star 4 flying. Power is equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Probably not that big and limited. Probably like a 3/4 for 3 a lot of the time, which is still obviously good, but maybe a little bit smaller than that. Blue creatures cost 1 less. When an opponent casts a creature spell, target a creature an opponent controls. Ooh, that card's actually not bad. The Monument, discard, Blighted Bat, Compelling Argument. A lot of cards we've seen past this point. Winged Shepherd, 5 mana, 3/3 flying, Vigilance. Man, it feels like Skies is kind of a deck. I don't know. Cycling for a single white. Vigilance isn't bad. I don't even know 3/3 is not that big. Can stick here. I think I'm gonna do that actually. I don't know. This Monument's probably way better than I think it is. Blue creatures cost 1 less to cast. When you cast a creature spell, target a creature an opponent controls doesn't untap it. Doesn't tap it, but it makes it so one of the creatures doesn't untap. You know what? Let's give this Monument a try. It's an uncommon. Might as well see what the new cards do. Aftermath card. Okay. Destined to lead. Target creature gets +1/+1. Gains indestructible in a turn. Aftermath, all creatures able to block target creature this turn do so. Okay. You got the red Monument here. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you get the loot. Ceradon. 6/4 cycle red. Evolving Wilds, obviously fixing. Manator of the Gauntlet enters the battlefield. Put a -1/-1 counter on target creature you control. Manator later deals 3 damage to target opponent, not a creature. Mighty Leap's obviously a pump spell. 3 mana 2/4, pretty good on defense. You got a 3 mana 3/2 Vigilance with Embalm. Painful Lesson, aptly named. And then Trespasser's Curse. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under enchanted player's control, that player loses a life and you gain a life. I am going to lean towards the Unwavering Initiate. And we'll see how that goes. Leaning towards blue-white thus far. Harvest Season, that searches for basics. You got By Force, which kills all the artifacts. Same with Manglehorn. Blind Mummy, whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, you may tap target artifact or creature. Do a little mummy check. Excuse me, do a zombie check. So obviously when you get back things that have Embalm, that's 2. That's 2. 3. This is going to tap something. So this might just be good just for the curve anyway. Well, let's take a look at the cartouche. Enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white warrior, +1/+1 in first strike. Now, obviously there's some value in taking cartouches a little early in case you run into some trials. And then we've got the Seeker of Insight. Draw a card, then discard a card. Activate this ability only if you cast a non-creature spell this turn. I'm going to go with the cartouche here. See how that kind of lines up. Here's the red cartouche. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has haste. Decision I can't speak. Paralysis. Tap up to 2 target creatures. Those don't untap, so it's Frost Breath. Costs 1 more though. Dune Beetle, not exciting. Another Evolving Wilds, not exciting. Gift of Paradise, Unburden. Oh, this might be okay. It's basically Blinding Beam. It's the easy way to look at it. I mean, it's more expensive Frost Breath. It doesn't have the flexibility of Blinding Beam, but let's take that. First 4-mana spell. Ancient Crab, defensive, Essence Scatter. Actually not bad in a limited format. Supply Caravan. 5 mana 3/5. When it enters the battlefield, if you control a tapped creature, put a 1/1 white warrior creature token with vigilance onto the battlefield. Trespasser's Curse, you got Painted Bluffs. This is a desert. That's a Shimmering Grotto desert. Okay, and you got the Scorpion. Huh. Well, kind of looking at Essence Scatter, kind of looking at this creature. Already got 2 5s. I don't want to say we're solidly in blue-white, but that's where we're kind of starting. Essence Scatter probably not as great because of Embalm, but I'm going to take that. See how that looks. Another Ancient Crab. Not going to be surprised to see those kind of come around a little bit late. Lay Bare the Heart is the discard spell. You got the Minotaur, the Fling, the Cultivator. Search your library for a basic land card, put it in the battlefield, tap, and then shuffle your library. Sure. Not all that exciting, obviously not in the colors that I'm currently in, so I'm just going to take the on-color card here in the Ancient Crab, put it in my pack, move on to the next one. Sparring Mummy enters the battlefield, untap target creature. Maybe better than I think. Critically Accursed, you can sacrifice this, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, only as a sorcery though. I don't know, I'll take another on-color card. Start to fill out the curve a little bit here. It's canceled. It's Evolving Wilds. It's Painful Lesson. It could be Evolving Wilds. We've seen so many. We also get to learn this format about what mana looks like and if we get to splash anything. Cancel's also a nice card to have in case my opponent has a bomb. I'm actually going to take Cancel instead, just on the off case that we might need to sideboard that in. Don't think it's a card I'm going to start, but it could be a card that I do sideboard in. I think the same thing can be said here for Forsake the Worldly, so I will select one of those. I believe the Painful Lesson, probably better than Trespasser's Curse, so let's take one of those. By Force, sure, and then a Plane. So pack 1 is Dunsky. And let me move this up a little bit here. Gonna hide the Painful Lesson. Gonna hide the Planes. It's a blue-white deck to start, and we have a white Aftermath card. Dusk and Dawn. Destroy a creature with power 3 or greater. Sure. Dawn, return all creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Leads me to believe this card's pretty good. On color, I always want to find out if bombs are good, so I'm probably going to take that one, but take a look at the pack. 3 mana 3/2, you may exert Devoted Crop Mate as it attacks. When you do, return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, so straight into play, which is pretty darn nice. The Guardian becomes target spell or ability, sacrifice it, it's an illusion, 2 mana 2/3, you also get the Embalm it. The Great Maw, that's your hippo. Artwork is wrong. Keeps happening to me on Magic Online. It's really frustrating. I'm taking Dusk Dawn. Oh boy. Commit to memory. Put target spell or not on top, and then you get the spiral. It's another on color one. Makes me just want to take these on color cards. Let's see, reduce to rubble. It's a counter spell, and then I don't really get to play the red half unless I want to splash it somehow. Anoint your priest. Whenever a creature token enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Sure. It's got embalmed. It's got embalm, excuse me. Cartouche, we already got one of those. Compelling Artemis and Scatter. We already seen all these other cards. It's another instance here where I just want to find out kind of how these cards are, if this card's good. So I'm not going to say it's ideal for my deck, but I'd like to know. Yes, the complicated bounty of the Luxa. I refuse to read this card. Seraph of the Sun, 7 mana, 4/4 flying, indestructible. If the format is slow, that card is great. If the format is fast, it's not very good. I've heard that this format is pretty aggressive, so I'm not inclined to move this direction, even though it even isn't uncommon. Let's see. Bitterblade Warrior, Blighted Bat, Cartouche of Knowledge. Enters the battlefield, draw a card. Now that card I kind of like. Cantrips, +1/+1, and flying. Scribe the Mindful I'm not all that into. I actually think I like this more than the Seraph of the Sun, so I'll take that one. Alright, Aronis' Monument. Green creatures are less. Whenever you cast a creature spell, target creature you control gets +deuce, and gains tramp until end of turn. Cool. Impeccable timing. Trick we're obviously familiar with. Those who serve. It's a curve filler. I'm already a little heavy on the 3. What's River Serpent going to do? 6 mana, 5/5. Can't attack unless there are 5 more cards in your graveyard. Cycling 1. Seen worse cards. Don't want to be too heavy. I guess we can hide this. This is a zombie too. Okay. Let's take that one then. White zombie. White zombie. Zombie. Alright. Make these grow a little bit here for ya. Put my sideboard over here. Maybe sneeze, who knows? Never sneezed on air before. Might sneeze in my first video. That's fun. Let's slide this over a little bit too. Make some space for you. There we go. That's better viewing experience, I think. All right. White Monument. Whenever you cast a creature spell, 1/1. Okay. White. Whenever you cast a creature spell, that card's gotta be good. Come on. Vizier of Deferment. Enters battlefield. You may exile target creature if it attacked or blocked this turn. Return that card to the battlefield under. Okay, this card kind of cool. It's got flash. Naga Oracle. Enters the battlefield. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, putting a number of them into your graveyard and the rest back on top of your library in any order. Not that exciting. I already got one of these fellas. The Resolve. On top target creature, prevent all damage will be dealt to it this turn. That card's actually probably a pretty good trick. No bonuses or anything. I don't know. I think this monument's probably great. Now we have one of each monument. Got the blue and the red. So I kind of like that. I like where we're going here. Let's build that up for you. We'll see how much more aggressive we can get here, but we also have this this weird wonky Wrath too. I'm very curious how these Aftermath cards are going to play. I am. I imagine that they're probably pretty good. I'm not entirely sure that Commit to Memory is all that good, especially with what we're doing, but Dusk Dawn, I would not be surprised if that's good. And there's Manglehorn. Green Cartouche, which I know that card's really good. These cartouches in general I think are actually pretty good, but we are not in green or red. And now there's Unwavering Initiate again. Again, another kind of curve filler. I'm not all into this Ancient Crab. I'll get that out of here. I'm going to move this canceled too. I don't know. I like cards that have Embalm, so let's get that in here. Obviously it's on color, which is nice. What do we got here? Honored Crop Captain. 2 mana 3/2. Captain attacks other attacking creatures to get +1/+1 until end of turn. Alright. Yeah, if we wanted to get out of blue, we could. It might be a little late for that. Yeah, Essence Scatter. One of these Sentinels. 3 mana 2/3. Whenever you cycle or discard, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to lean towards this Captain here. This is kind of interesting to me. I'm not all that into another 3-drop. I'm not saying we're going to get out of blue, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. Now, there's another blue monument. And I'm not sold that this card is all that good now. I like this card a lot. I think this card's very good on first reading. So I'm going to take Shimmer Scale Drake. Seems to do a lot of nice things for you. So add that to my pile. You got a little equipment here. +1/+1, Lean and Scimitar, basically. Describe a Mindful. Return to your instant sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. I can see that being good in certain types of decks. These green and red cards just kind of hanging around. No one's really all that excited about those. I'll take the On-Color Scribe. We've seen the Aftermath card already. I already have one of these. Splashing doesn't appear to be that tough between Evolving Wilds and Painted Bluffs, and probably some cards I haven't thought of or seen yet. So I'll take the Painted Bluffs. Mighty Leap, a trick. I love tricks. That one's pretty easy. Put that in the stack. Let's see here. Destined to lead, +1/+1 indestructible. Creature able to block. So it's Lure. Mega Lure. Shed Weakness. +2/+2 on the turn. You remove -1/-1 counter from it. That's actually a pretty sweet card. Get rid of that. Spidery Grasp. Dissenter's Deliverance. I'm going to take Spidery Grasp. Get a trick out of here. We'll take the Cradle. Not sure it's going to make the deck. And take a Plains. I'm going to hide some lands. Probably not going to play Honored Crop Captain, but it is just something good to keep in mind. Look at this. Hello, Even Windguard. Hello, on color gold card. 4 mana, 2/3 flying Vig. Creature tokens you control have flying and vigilance, and it has Embalm, and the Embalm creatures are tokens. I like it. Need a 4-drop too. Trial of Solidarity. Enters the battlefield. Creature you control get +2/+1 and gain vigilance on a turn. Enters the battlefield in your control. You can bring this back. I've got 2 cartouches right now. Okay. I still think this card's better. You know, this card. I don't think that this card is bad. This card's probably much better than I think it is. I think it's good. It could possibly be great. This one could also be very good. So I'm going to lean towards the Aven Wind Guide at the moment. Let's take that. New Perspectives. Enters the battlefield. Peel 3. As long as you have 7 more cards in your hand. Okay. Well, if your game goes long, this card's going to be awesome. You can say the same thing about Lake Claim, though. Enchant permanent. You control enchanted permanent. Cycling of 2. So that's a fun decision right there. 6 mana, I suppose it's 7 mana. You get a Mind Control, or you get Peel 3 and then Cycling 0. Not entirely sold at Cycling 0 as much of anything. So the question now is, do you want to pay 6 to Peel 3? Especially in a format where people say things are pretty expensive, and I've already got some things to do with my mana in the late game with Embalm cards, so I don't think I have a shortage of stuff to do. I'm not sure if it's better than drawing 3 cards, but I wouldn't say that I have a shortage of things to do in the late game here. Blind Mummy, you're not all that exciting. Slitherblade, not all that exciting. I don't know. I'm leaning towards Late Claim. They've really priced up Mind Control-esque effects. Now, obviously, this is a permanent, not a creature, but these effects are always powerful. I'm going to take that one. See how the games go. True Heart Duelist is back again. You can exert and untap all the creatures you control. Now, that on the splash would be nice. Kind of hard to do, I think. So tax, when you do untap all of the creatures you control, that's a pretty nice card right there, especially for green-white. True Heart Duelist, though, does a nice job of filling out the curve, gives you something to do early and late. You may exert this as it attacks, and you gets +1/+1 and gains flying until end of turn. Not entirely sure that's better than True Heart Duelist. I don't know. Blocks another additional creature, too. I don't know. This card seems like it's pretty good to me, especially if you make it a little bit better. Get into my deck. White Cartouche. Mighty Leap will probably wheel. Slitherblade. Seems like that Slitherblade is from Dota. I'm going to take the Cartouche. Not only this crab, Black Monument, whenever you cast a creature spell. Wow, nice. So these monuments are interesting. Because you would think it'd be a black creature spell. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you get to drain. Seems powerful to me. Let's see. Gate to the Afterlife, 3 mana. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you gain a life. Then you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Sacrifice, Gate to the Afterlife, search your life. That card. Okay, so it's that thing. Gustwalker. Gustwalker seems good. Gustwalker seems better than Bantu's Monuments. I think exerting this is probably pretty good, actually. So I'm going to go with that. Getting a little aggressive here. I have my tendencies, I must say. I do like to attack. Faith of Devoted, when you cycle or discard a card, you may pay 1. If you do, big time drain. Compelling Argument, just not something my deck is interested in at all. Decision Paralysis. Second one of those, probably not that bad. Sometimes that effect is really good. Sometimes that effect is pretty mediocre. My deck, I feel like, is a little bit disjointed right now. Gonna get Essence Scatter out of here. I've got 3 cartouches. I've got 3 2-drops. I would absolutely love another one. Describe the Mindful is not very good. I don't think this Blue Monument is very good now. I'm going to take this, not all that excited about it. Kind of wishing I was white-red now, a little bit. It's a little too late to get there. Sparring Mummy is going to untap a People, and it's a Hill Giant. Compelling Argument, you can't sell me. You gain a life, put a brick counter on here. You gain 2 life, active ability only if there are 3 of them. No thanks. Alright, let's take the Mummy. Anointed Procession. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens, it creates twice that many tokens instead. So really nice with Embalm, actually, because that creates tokens. Do a quick Embalm check. Now, I can't imagine I'm going to play that card, but I do want to do a quick check here. How many Embalmers I have. That's 4 so far. Let's make it 5. Let's make it 6. Alright. Give that a shot, I guess. Forsake the Worldly. We already got one of those in the sideboard. Don't think we need another one of those. Haze of Pollen. Not so much. Gate to the Afterlife. Not so much. Read this again, though. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you get a life. Then you may draw a card and discard a card. And searches for the Thingamabobber guy. Not all that excited about any of this stuff. I mean, I guess I'll take a second one of these. Again, I'm not excited about that, but I'll do it. Slither Blade, back again. Onward, victory. Not in colors. Not really going to do it. Slinging Shot, put 3/1/1 counters on target creature with flying. It's a pretty nice card. I don't think I want to play against that, so I'm going to hide that one. Sparring Mummy again. It's just such a curve filler. It's not even very good. I mean, I don't think it's bad. It's just not good. I mean, it's on color. I'm going to take it. Bloodlust Insider. Target creature gains haste until end of turn. To victory, to glory, to eternity. How about rare in my collection? Ancient Crab, I already have one of you. I already got one of these as well. I guess I'll take another crab. That Cradle of the Accursed. So many of those. And we'll round it out with a land, and now we're going to go to our deck build. And we'll take a look here about how our deck looks. I'm not very excited about this deck. I think that much is pretty obvious. I mean, I don't think it's terrible, but I certainly don't think anything great is going on here. Now, this is 27. I don't think Commit to Memory is very good in this deck. Put target spell or non-land permanent into its owner's library second from the top. The Commit half, pretty good. Memory half, each player shuffles their hand and graveyard enters their library, then draw 7 cards. I mean, am I willing to just play a card like Griptide? Maybe. Maybe not. I do think Dusk Dawn is good. I think Lake Claim is good. Harvest Season, you're not going to be in my deck. Ancient Crab, not going to be on my deck. So that's down to 25. I only have 13 creatures, which is not great, which means I'm not as aggressive as I would potentially like to be. And I probably should have made a switch into a different color because blue just really wasn't there. I don't think I have very many good blue cards at all. I'm not going to play the Anointed Possession. I don't think I have enough Embalmed for that, and I'm not going to start that. So now, as we take a look here, let's grow these a little bit. 2 cartouches. Gust Walker, I think it's going to definitely make the deck. Yeah, I like that card. I like this one. This one's pretty nice. That's one that'll make some creatures for me. A little Blinding Beam-esque action here. Skimmer Skill Drake's going to put me in the air. Glyph Keeper becomes target spell ability for the first time each turn. Counter that spell ability. Pretty nice bomb there, I would think. We got Lake Claim. We've got our own little Funky Wrath here. Return all creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to hand. I got some of those to work with down here in the 2-drop area, so that's not all that bad. I don't know. I think this is right down the line mediocre. I'm not excited about anything that's going on here, but I'm not upset with what's going on here either. Doesn't feel like a 3-0. Feels like potentially a 2-1. Wouldn't be surprised at a 1-2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're looking at 9-8, white to blue. Could probably 10-7 this deck, actually. I have one double blue card I need to cast on time. And then lay claim is very late. And then, yeah, I think actually 10-7 is smarter and better. Get out of here, Moto. I choose. And I could cut a plains for a cradle. I wonder if cradles are free rolls. Certainly not super free. I don't think my mana is too intensive here. And you know what? I actually just want to see if it's good. I'm not saying this is right, but I do want to try to learn a little something here. So let's get that out of here. And then we've got the monument whenever you cast a creature spell. Okay. Those monuments are very interesting to me, but we'll see how things go. That's my deck. I'm going to get this artwork problem fixed because I don't know why this happens when I play Magic Online, where the artwork shows up for some cards and some of it doesn't, and some of it just shows up for the wrong one. So we're going to get that fixed, and then we're going to play round numero uno. So we'll see you guys back here for that in just a sec.